Hi!
My name is Rebecca Hillerstrom.
And I'm Roger Hillerstrom, and this is Pink Chair Therapy. Rugged though it be here.
Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be introducing you to our psychotherapist, my dad, Roger Hillerstrom. If you don't actually know what we're doing here with Pink Chair Therapy, go ahead and check out the other videos we've posted kind of describing the concept and how we got to where we are and what we're actually doing. That would be very helpful for you. So Dad, this is just a quick rundown of your experience and credentials to kind of give everybody a perspective of your background and approach.
Okay.
So, you are a psychotherapist.
I am.
And you have been practicing for how long?
37 years now.
Okay.
Been in practice. And 23 years ago, I established Heritage Counseling Associates with 3 partners.
Right.
And that I am operating to this day.
Cool. All right. So then, what's your background? Tell us everything.
Okay, tell you everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, so background. In terms of education, I did my undergraduate study at Bethel College in St. Paul, Minnesota. And my graduate work was at Biola University, Southern California. It was in family therapy. I've published 4 books that have been translated into 4 languages at this point, one of which I co-authored with my daughter, your sister, Carlin, which was very fun. For years, I traveled and taught with Christian marriage enrichment under H. Norman Wright, who was one of my professors and early mentor of mine. Wonderful relationship and very instrumental in my life in many ways. I was hired twice by the U.S. Air Force to fly to Ramstein Air Base in Germany and lecture to the troops there. 4 different times I was hired by YWAM to go to Korea and teach in a family ministries base in Seoul, Korea. And for a number of years I was adjunct professor of counseling at the Puget Sound Christian College.
Very cool. Okay. And this isn't really your first rodeo with broadcasting because you've been on the radio before, right?
Yeah, for a number of years I did a radio show called Counseline. It was a live 1-hour daily call-in show here in the Puget Sound area. I also did a radio show called Family Fortress, which was also in that same era. Very fun. Lots of good experiences from that.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so then, if it's at all possible, can you give us kind of a snapshot view of your approach as a therapist?
Okay, snapshot is tough. Here we go, as brief as possible. I am a cognitive behavioral therapist.
Okay.
And essentially what that says is we have 3 components that make up who we are as people. We have our emotions, we have our intellect, and we have our behavior. All right? My emotions, or my affect, is basically my body's response to my environment. Heart rate, blood pressure, brain waves, adrenaline. And I have these feelings inside. My body does this stuff, and then I give it labels. I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel anxious. We call those emotions. All right, we have my intellect, or my cognition. My intellect are my values, my perceptions, my beliefs that I react to and respond to. And we have my behavior. My behavior is what I do with the outside of my body. Okay? Now, in cognitive behavioral therapy, we emphasize cognition and behavior, and we minimize emotions, at least initially. So initially, we don't worry too much about how I feel about something, because eventually, as I make life change, those emotions will catch up.
Right.
In terms of my intellect, my cognition, we all believe lies, and those lies are a response and result of my life experience, and they affect how I live my life. So we have a belief system, and that applies to our behavior. So in cognitive behavioral therapy, don't worry too much about what I'm feeling right now. We begin by challenging some of those beliefs and trying to replace them with what is reality. So, for instance, if I was abused as a child, I don't trust anybody. Well, the fact is some people are trustworthy and some people are not. And so part of adjusting that misbelief is learning to sort out who do I trust and who do I not trust, and then deciding how I respond to that. So it's cognitive and then behavioral, knowing that eventually as I make those changes, my emotions will catch up. I will feel anxiety for a while as I make those changes, as I begin to successfully make those changes, my emotions tend to catch up with changing the misbeliefs. So that's a snapshot of cognitive behavioral therapy.
Okay, should I repeat it back?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is that we as humans are kind of made up in these three parts.
Right.
And so with CBT, you focus on this belief piece
Right.
that we all have broken bits of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also along with that, fixing our outward behaviors and how they go along with this beliefs, right?
Right.
And
right.
with
That's
those
good.
two pieces, as we go along in life with those two adjusted pieces, the emotions, even though they don't feel good at first and they take longer to adjust because they're physical reactions,
Right.
eventually they'll go along with these other two pieces and we'll have this holistic, adjusted perspective
Right.
of life that's corrected, if you will.
Right. Congruent, we call it, when my beliefs coordinate with my behavior. We call that congruent living.
Okay.
And that reduces anxiety.
Awesome.
I have anxiety anytime there's incongruence. That's the goal.
Sign me up.
You're on.
Yeah. Okay, but so that you'd say that's a pretty good, like, encapsulated.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Cool. If you have any other questions about CBT, you're going to have to Google it because this is all we have time for.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I think from here on I would be making things more confusing.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
So
right.
that is our psychotherapist, Roger Hillerstrom. If you have not seen our other videos introducing Pink Chair Therapy and that concept and introducing myself and my background, check those out. It'll give you a little bit more of a holistic view of our show. Like, share, subscribe, whatever we're supposed to say as YouTubers, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Check it out.
Yes, cool. And we will see you on the next video.
Thanks.
Wait, I want to say that again. That
Okay,
sounded
yes.
That was like too stiff.
Shake it off. Yeah.